I can probably put this torch away. I don't have to keep carrying it around like a tool bag. Shield, yes please.
Just my luck.
Right, what can we do around here?
Meanwhile, Thomas and Pavel are probably
No, I'm gonna pickpocket you.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
Can you
You're the
teach me
one
to
who's
read?
in charge of the wounded.
The only reason I'm here is I just want to learn how to read.
Here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of
Marius.
me. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
It's a fantastic
Oh,
time.
if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
I'd like to learn something from you.
And what can you do?
A bit of everything.
Can you now? But to be more precise, do you understand herbs and medicinal plants?
You could lie to him. His actually knowledge of that's pretty high.
To be honest, not really.
So what am I supposed to do with you? Well, never
Teach me your
mind.
ways.
At least you'll learn something new. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there, and then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that clear?
Clear. I can get cracking.
Not so fast. Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions, stinging nettles, and thistles. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the euphrasia and the mentha, or anywhere else in that garden for that matter.
I see.
Once
Yeah,
you've
but
cleared
lost,
the garden
man,
of
nobody cares about
weeds,
this.
come back. And woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry. You've never had as good a gardener.
It's
How
we
do
can
I
ask
know
about
which
it.
are the weeds?
You see, this is the part where you learn something. Look in the herbarium to find out what a dandelion, stinging nettle, and thistle look like.
I see.
Do we have a book? I can't read books. You never taught me how to read. Also, where the hell are the guards going? Let's see here. This herbalist. It's probably the garden right up there. Considering how there seems to be lots of grass and stuff. Green-eyed monster. Alright. What do you want that? Let's go ahead and toggle this one. Do weeds. You should say it when I look at them. Right, I am in the right place before I just start ripping them all up. Yeah, okay. Dandelion, nettle, thistle. Right, those weren't two separate things. Alright, I know one of them is dandelion. Hold on. I already forgot everything I'm supposed to be doing. Let's check out what my other options are. Iron bright. Mint. It's okay. I think it was just nettle, thistle, and dandelions. No, that's what I'm going to pick at least. free was fine. Am I too far? Am I reading the wrong window? Probably. That's right. Plant Simulator 2018. That was a mint. Shit. These all been mints. No, that was a nettle. Sent my mouse over the wrong one. Happens when you don't pay enough attention to the plants, I suppose. Also, this place is a wreck. We got all these refugees, make them do this stuff. I guess they don't want to work for their care. Well, I'm gonna be good on nettle and dandelion. Not meant. It's a pretty good point, actually. It appears to be just sand. Also, mint. I don't know if you've ever grown mint. It is an absolute bitch to keep down. I think grows. The mint is like a weed. It grows everywhere. It will literally choke out all kinds of plants. So weeding is a pain in the ass in real life. Yeah, I was supposed to do thistles well, I believe. I get like 6 levels in herbalism from this. I need to start making potions, so there's some really badass potions. Well, to be fair, I can't talk much there. Pretty gardener. However, it's not my only job, so I guess I still have some room to talk shit to. Forium. Wish we didn't have to watch the animation every time we did it. We'd be done by now. Alright. Almost done with this one. I'm sure he has an excuse. I have to help the old people pee or some shit like that. I think I literally cleared out everything that's not mint. Guessing that means I did a good job. Hey, I got a perk for you. Herbalism. What does it do for me? Flower power. Or snip. Well, shy less. I'm not super interested in that. Herbs in your inventory. You get +2 charisma. Wow, that is talking. That's a lot of charisma. And I have a crap ton of plants on me right now. And I probably always will. This guy's gonna love me. It's my job too. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. If you don't mind me asking, Faulty, what do you do? I'd like to blame helping the elderly is the reason why my garden is disgusting. It's not the reason. The reason's me. No, it's not as hard. He's making it hard to be, especially back then. Because back then, what are you really doing for him? You're probably literally just helping them get up to the restroom. Wiping a wet rag on them. It's not like you have to meet a standard or your boss is going to yell at you. No government regulation's going to come in until you broke some laws. Oh, that's a tough job, friend. Tough job. Good for you. I think we are almost done here. Eyebrow, there's some dandelion hiding there. Okay. So you're mostly a hospital I worked at before had a what they call it, an ACE unit. I don't remember what it stood for, but it was a dementia unit, the long-term acute dementia unit. Yeah, but it's a tough job. It's wearing. All right, this is looking pretty good. There's literally just a pile of rocks. I think just this sizzle. Yeah, it can be at times. Not always. Sometimes it's really great. Sometimes you just... Oof. Do I need to be picking this garden? Is this part of the garden or not? You ask me, I think it's part of it, but it appears that I'm not standing in it. Yeah, I don't think this one counts. Should I just pick it anyways? No, see, I'm out. This is not it. Okay, cool. Tell me the good news. I don't think it has any irrigation. I think it's just gonna flood right up against this wall. Everything's gonna drown. It's literally just a piece of dirt. I'm over encumbered from all these flowers.
God save Henry.
Don't appreciate that pause in that statement. And see what he has to say for himself.
It's done.
Did you weed the beds and leave what should be growing there alone?
I may have picked a couple of the other plants by mistake.
If it's only a couple, there's no harm done. I'm going to check with my own eyes.
Okay. I think I have to follow you. Okay. That's fine.
Well, joke all you like, but I heard it snowed in Sternberg only a week ago.
Nonsense. Who told you such a thing?
I only picked the wrong ones.
I swear, a wife.
Because the game glitched. I didn't need to pick some of those points.
He says there was nothing down below the castle, but up top the snow was ankle deep.
It's very pretty. Sorry. I saw a picture. Saw a picture of this juxtaposed to like the actual, like an actual picture of it in real life today. I imagine it was some type of press release thing. It was really cool though. I mean, they did work on it to kind of restore to what its construction would have looked like at the time, but you could tell it was totally the same building. I'm pretty proud of myself here. You have your lovely mint garden. What are the yellow flowers that don't appear to be dandelion? Oh shit, there's one. Maybe he didn't see it.
Were you satisfied with my weeding?
You said it was finished, but I took a look at it. Is that what you call a finished job? Off you go. I'd better do it myself.
Are you punk ass bitch? Why? Because that one dandelion. It was just that one dandelion. Oh, I hate you so much, game.
Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in
Right.
next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
Coming to the president. It's the worst thing you could do to him.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka, and now he won't give us anything.
I'll try to talk to him. I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a state.
I know. I'm ashamed. But my brothers believe it's all in God's hands now.
Can't you do
He has something
anything?
to say about it.
Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the external world, and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern is the smooth running of the monastery.
Even so, conditions here seem to me quite unchristian.
You're not the only one.
How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of, but others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
So you don't normally treat the wounded then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this, I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle.
That's right.
This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful.
Well, maybe you should
To
have
you
thought that
and
before you yelled at me for my reading job.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith. But I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
What do you think about the custodian?
Baron von Berg?
Thank you.
Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him
cool
was
down
when I
there?
was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard he's been here
Gross.
a lot lately.
That's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
Rashes are rashes, but if I didn't have gloves, I don't know if I'd be rubbing some ointment on it.
Thank you. Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
You need to learn how to read. How much are you going to charge for this?
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
It cost me 60.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Yes.
Are we agreed?
Well,
Yeah, right.
a little
Exactly.
more and we'll call it a deal. Agreed. Now listen up.
Consider some of that payment that I should have gotten. Bastard. Well, I leveled up in alchemy at least. For whatever that means. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of nice. Intoxicate me. Witcher. I mean, Witcher is actually kind of a good perk, it sounds like. Interesting. Not know of any potions, because I can't read. Pretty sure that's an important part to it. Who are you? You look fancy. You have a name, but I can't talk to you. You have a name, but I can't talk to you.
Jeez, another one.
You look like you have a name. Brother Porter. No, son of a blacksmith, can't read. Somebody has to teach me.
Can I take a look inside the monastery?
If I open a book, it's just all
According to you,
gibberish.
boy, the grounds inside the monastery belong to the monks of the Order of Saint Benedict. No others shall pass.
None shall pass. Alright, fair enough. I'm hoping you learn how to do some healing and other things of that nature. Oh, let's not pickpocketed him. That seems
He just needs to sleep.
unfortunate. Just an amazing diagnosis.
These wounds have been well taken care of.
Just needs to sleep.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
You
What are
need
you
alcohol.
making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week.
Or less
Hurts
alcohol.
like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
It would be miserable. Poor man. I think I've already assessed
I'm not
you.
needed here.
Yeah, shit. What's going on?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well,
Sucks.
and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Probably only have to do it for a little bit.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't.
Of course
But
not.
there's
That's a boy.
supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium.
No reading.
Anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
I came here so someone would teach me, damn it. Not require it of me.
And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
Fair enough.
What I can. I'm just trying to help the Skalitz locals as much as I can.
We'll see. He'll still die of an infection, don't worry.
And what do you do here exactly?
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Occasionally, I keep watch at night in case someone takes a turn for the worse. Sometimes I have to
do
hold
what?
the patient down, or fetch and carry things.
Sorry, he's getting worse. Okay. Well, let's watch him die then.
Do you know anything about healing?
We don't have any other options.
A little. I can manage the basics, but without Brother Nicodemus, I'd never be able to deal with the more difficult cases.
I really don't care how
How long
you
have you
can
been
help
helping here?
Since before the refugees arrived.
him. I'm a
It was
nurse.
much less crowded back then.
Thank you.
Seen this before. Old foot wounds never heal. To be fair though, they probably don't have much diabetes.
What?
Yeah, it can be.
You look alright.
Can be.
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the Cumans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no
Shit,
use.
man, you're in luck.
Those bandages need changing.
I have a crap ton of them.
I'll get some.
Which is the option I should have picked when talking to you.
What? What's happening?
I have the bandages.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
Screw it, I'm gonna do it myself.
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
Not to say I don't want your help, but...
Unfortunately, I've had to learn a
Sure,
thing or
he's not
two about
busy.
the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then.
Are you stateside? Faulty. Because in America, usually like a 2-year degree, some nice programs. You can become a registered nurse. Relatively easy. I mean, I say relatively, but I did it in 4 years, and but you don't have to do all that. Let's not take that.
He just needs to sleep. I'm not needed here.
This guy seems to be in bad shape. Don't need to pickpocket him.
He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg.
He's not reacting. He just
I
sat
have to
up.
ask Johanka. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly.
I know the cure for that too. It's also mine. Excuse me.
Welcome.
Look who it is. Nah, Wenceslas. Yeah, I don't know how it is in that state, but most of the time you can get a 2-year degree. Like around here, you hear commercials for it all the time on the radio. 14 months, become a registered nurse. I wish. Sometimes I wish I would have just done that and still got a 4-year degree. But the job I have now requires a 4-year degree, so I guess it's better that I didn't. What happened to Philip?
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him.
West Coast
and now
sounds
he's getting
nice.
worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days. Among the corpses.
Mental health issues
got
of the
poisoned.
1400s?
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
No,
If
no,
you
I'm in
believe
Ohio.
the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar
So
is
close.
the place to go.
What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I
Unless
don't
I
know
want
if
good
we did
internet.
it right.
And screw me.
I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God! There has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Well, hell yeah, I'm gonna straighten a leg.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Sure.
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before.
You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help them.
That's right.
Well, fine.
That's what happens when
Try
you
it
wait too
then.
long.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbours are dying here. Your
Wait, we
friends.
can't kill about him.
There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly,
Bitch's leg's
what
broken.
were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
No. What's one thing I can read? You know I can't read. Who had the oh, you have the broken leg. Yeah, this will go just fine.
Ah!
Are you
leg
holding him
divided straight.
firmly?
Aye.
Some of the nurses I've met.
Are you serious?
Give me a strength level. That's awesome. I mean, it is really hard to set up a knife. I've had to help doctors do it. It's a lot of fucking counterweight. But strength level, that's just generous. Oh, I got a... Ooh, what's this now? Rusty Edge. Didn't seem nice, what's furious. Unless your maximum stamina, the greater injury you cause. Well, that's very interesting. A sadist sounds up my own. It's blood. It gives you +1 strength bonus. That's awesome. Pretty awesome. That's right. It will just shift back on its own, and we'll have to do it again next week. Get another strength level out of it. The more damage you restore, the greater chance of poisoning your enemy when you hit them. I mean, that sounds nice, dude. These all sound really nice. I like this one because it usually just takes very long. Yeah, let's go with this. I mean, they're all really nice. I'll probably come back for them. Drinking habit. I don't want any of those. Those are all really suck. A lot of the skills are like, do this better, but this is worse. And that's cool once in a while, but like sometimes that's all your options.
How about some potion to induce heavy sleep?
Certainly. The old reliable.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers like a good sleep. And sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you
Valerian
now.
root?
Thanks.
You can teach me a recipe, that's even better. We're gonna ask the guy with the shitty herb garden if he knows anything about herbs.
Do you know anything about herbs?
I'm not an
Herbs.
expert, but
Can
I
you
know
just
a
say
little something. Is it urgent?
Herb is a guy.
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction would like to get back to work. He mentioned some purple flowers that would...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs that should help.
I couldn't
Herbs.
tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many purple herbs for bruises and sprains.
Who's gonna teach me how to read, though? Yeah, so here, I imagine, is the book. I don't know, because I can't see what it says. I mean, you see the words. They're just all gibberish. Unless it's not even the right book. Let's see. I'm going to save the game because the last time I tried to use one of these alchemy stations, I floated into the sky. And then died when I exited. Fantastic. So what do we have in the book? Anything? Sure it is. What do you mean? So this one, you can't read what it says, but it clearly does say save your schnapps, which is a good thing to learn. You can kind of read what the things say. So I can make sure this must have been the other one they wanted. I need oil, poppy, or prepare some thistle. I don't think I have poppy. He can read just fine. He's just dyslexic. Oh, this is the herbarium. Dude, stop spitting on everything. Your potion's gonna be terrible. Alright, so this is the book they were talking about. That's fine, whatever. Doesn't change the fact that I can't read. And I would like to learn. Is there anything else in here I really needed to do? Meat. Get supplies from the custodian. Help what's his face fall asleep. Get healing herbs from Smack. Find Father Simon. Alright, let's try turning that potion into sleeping guy. I thought he was making me a potion. He's got a poppy here for 0.2 gold. And a treasure map. Yeah, Valerian. That's all he needs. Actually, no, let's see if I can sell you some stuff because I have too much weight on me. Most of which I'm willing to guess I don't actually want. This is my armor. I'm pretty impartial to it. Or partial. Oops, I did actually take some of those. I mean, I'm fine having some dandelions, I just don't want that many. They will rot, so there's really not a point, I guess. I do have some poppy. I mean, I can wait. I can try to make this potion. Let's try it.